Borno state and just 5 minutes from the nearest checkpoint, but far enough away for terror to rule. We're trapped here, Mamimuna Mamadu tells us. Even venturing into the fields for food is a risk she doesn't want to take. The village's police station was destroyed in a Boko Haram attack last year. Last week, fighters from the terrorist group appeared again.
The sound of the gunfire came from that.
The truth about Boko Haram that Nigerians need to understand. Nigerians, listen to the Black Post very carefully. Stop letting them play with your intelligence. Many of Nigerians on social media shouting, "Oh, it's an Islamization agenda. All Muslims are in on it." We beg, stop going by sentiment. Stop going by emotions. Go by the facts. If you look at the statistics, and they are there for anybody to check, Boko Haram has killed far more Muslims than Christians in Nigeria. The ratio is 80-20. 80% of their victims are the very Muslims you think they are fighting for. So how did we get here? Let me break down the history they don't want you to know. The big lie that started it all. Back in the early 2000s, Abubakar Shekau and his mentor Muhammad Yusuf started as simple preachers. Shekau stood before naive, vulnerable people and invented a massive conspiracy theory. He claimed the West sent a secret agent to Egypt to study the Quran just to find a way to destroy Islam from the inside using secular education, sports, and music. Did he ever name the agent? No. Did he ever name the organization? No. It was a complete lie to brainwash people. He told them Western education, Boko, phones, cars, and technology were all forbidden haram. These people literally wanted Muslims to abandon modern life and go back to riding camels in the desert. How religion was weaponized. Shekau used religion as a hook. He told fanatical people that the fight was against Christians and unbelievers. But guess what? The moment he got power, weapons, and an army, he turned on his own people. He declared that regular Sunnis, Sufis, Shias, Imams, and anyone who went to school or worked for the government were all unbelievers. He started bombing mosques, assassinating imams, and wiping out whole Muslim communities. To them, regular Muslims are the first enemy because they aren't pure enough. Follow the money. Who is funding this? Let's stop playing hide and seek. Politicians funded and protected these monsters from the very beginning. Why? Because religious division keeps the masses easy to control. They don't want northern children going to school to learn how to think for themselves. They prefer to keep them uneducated, dependent, and obedient in religious schools. When elections come, they use religion to manipulate your votes. Even some imams and sheikhs secretly support this extreme ideology behind closed doors while pretending to condemn it on camera. The government knows exactly what is happening, but they benefit from the confusion. Understanding the root. What is Salafism? Nigeria is 99% Sunni Muslim, but inside Sunni Islam, there are different groups. The danger comes from extreme Salafism. These extremists believe in a literal, zero-compromise version of Islam. No democracy, no Western education, no technology. Boko Haram are extreme Salafists. Their goal is not to convert Nigeria to normal Islam. Their goal is to force everybody, including regular Muslims, into their extreme, twisted ideology. In fact, they even view Saudi Arabia as their enemy. The final wake-up call. The regular Muslim on your street, your neighbor who goes to the mosque every day, your colleague at work, they are not your enemy. They are victims of this same terror. The real enemies are the extreme Salafi fanatics and the greedy politicians who profit from our blood and division. Divide and conquer is their most powerful weapon. If Christians and Muslims keep fighting each other, the elites keep winning. I might not know everything, and I'm always open to being corrected, but the facts and statistics do not lie. Go and do your own research. We must stand together as one Nigeria.